all the people could participate, that even we are stuck at this particular point on this issue. And I've made it clear that we are prepared to be involved in a fresh sequence, which probably will not involve arms up front, but it has to involve the issue being dealt with. It has to involve the issue, the matter working. And I can't answer that. You can't answer that at the moment. The only persons who can answer that are the Republican movement. The only people who can answer the question of, will it work this time, are them.
As you will note in the program, the American Ireland.
This is your agreement because this is the product of your comments. We had spent 2 years listening to them orally and in writing, receiving memoranda, and what we did was to assemble their suggestions in a manner that we thought might be agreeable in full context. And so I think that's the first and most important thing for Americans to recognize.
Well, I welcome the opportunity to. The process is, as you all know, in a crisis. The task and the challenge for political leaders has to be to end that crisis. And Sinn Féin believes that the best, and indeed perhaps the only way to do it, is to see the British government re-establishing the institutions which they suspended.
And on the South Asia, obviously what I hope... I think what we've got to do is to find a formula by which the institutions can be restored, the people can get back to governing. They actually found out they were quite good at working together. And they were getting a lot done, and we need to restore that process. And we need to restore a process that will eventually lead to all the requirements of the Good Friday Accord being observed. And we'll just keep working on it till we find that answer. That agreement remains the very best hope we have ever had for achieving peace, and I still believe it will succeed.
They'll move on and back home. It is the determination of the parties to see that there is no other alternative, there is no B plan, there is no other suggestions even other than the full implementation of the Good Friday Agreement. And I think that is the hope and the confidence that the parties are expressing to us in spite of the difficulties, and there are difficulties.
I want to say that I do love Seamus Heaney's poetry, and I love what he quotes.